Hey guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here with Grid Autosport, the first episode in the series. So, I'm looking forward to this game. I've had a bit of a preview to it, so I know maybe the start of the game a little bit, but once we get further on into this walkthrough, I really have no idea what to expect. But anyway, let's get into this. We're going to start this Let's Play sort of once again. I've done the first couple of races in each tier, but this should be good. I really hope you enjoy the series, guys. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That would be really nice. Hopefully get more people watching the series. That would be awesome. And also if you can like the video, that would be really appreciated, as it does help me out a lot. Right, let's get into this then. Entered my details. Mail names. Alex, yes. Right. I'm not sure what my RaceNet details are, but let's just use this. Hard difficulty, very hard. Let's just go with hard difficulty. Damage level, might as well go with that. We don't want to be just getting out of accidents scot-free. No flashbacks, automatic. I'm using my PS4 controller still, so if you're wondering why, that's that. ABS, ability control, we'll just have that on. Entire HUD, we'll have that on. No racing line. Camera position, will let us choose. Race length, just normal. And there we are. Let's apply those settings. Alright, so we're going to start a season here. And let's get into the career mode. So I'm playing this on the PC with the PS4 controller.
You select one of 5 disciplines to compete in. Right now, the grid championships are locked, but making progress across the other disciplines will gain you entry to these prestigious championships. So, make your first choice.
So I've done all of these in some way or another, except from the grid series, which I don't know what that is, but it'll be interesting when we get to that point. I want to go with open wheel though, because
open wheel is all about grip mastery.
Yep, know that.
These are your official championships.
Because
Committing to the longer season will mean more races, but will also earn you more XP for the chosen discipline.
right, so I've done that. I've done the GP series. You may have seen that already, but I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do the EBAC GP League, which I think has different cars in it. Let's just go with the Intel.
Before you accept an offer from a team, tab through the details for the season ahead to make an informed decision.
Right, so it looks like 3 races in the F312, which is the Formula C, or the Formula 3, whatever you want to call it. And then there's 1 race there with the Caterham SP300R, which is around Red Bull Ring. So I haven't done this season before, so it's going to be good. It's going to be something different that you wouldn't have seen already, which is good. And yeah, I don't know how many seasons I'm going to do in like single seaters. I'd expect 3 just to make sure I can get into the next tier. That's what I'm sort of assuming. So that's what we'll be going for. But different tracks in this season, which is good. So we don't have to watch the same thing over again if you'd already watched my preview Let's Play. This is a much better thing as we've got so much more things to do. Right, so race day, race 1 of 2, 4 laps around the small Marina circuit. Let's go with this view. I quite like this one. 8th in the driver standings, alright. Pretty bad start, but on hard difficulty, so we'll have to get used to everything. But no, but you got the hold position, everything that you'd have seen in the preview Let's Play, so that's good. Glad they kept that in, and I think they also had the D-pad. Yep. If you hit the D-pad, you can choose certain things the mechanic will tell you, like how your car is looking, where your teammate is, where your championship rival is. So that's really cool. Hope that's implemented into F1 2014, sorry, because that's really cool to have the engineer letting you know what's happening with the car. But we're not exactly near the front of the field, but we're going to try and work our way through. It's obviously on hard AI, not the top, not the very hardest, I should say. The very hardest is very hard AI, and then there's hard AI, medium, and easy. Obviously, that's a lot of different options there, depending on how fast you think you're going to be. Oh, there's a car off. There's a car spun round. Oh, there's contact with the Monster Energy car there, running side by side. He just ended up crashing into me. Now we're going to turn 1. That wasn't too good there. I could have probably got through turn 1 a little bit better, but the Monster Energy car of Jan Wu slightly in the way, but we're going to get around the outside there. That's good. Right, now we've got a bit of a gap up to P9 and everyone in front of that. Quite a big gap to the leader, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to grab the win in this one, sliding a bit wide there. But overall, it's nice to have a different track to drive these cars around. I drove this track in the GT series of my preview Let's Play, but I'll tell you what, single seaters around here are much more fun, just because you can be a bit more precise. With the GTs, they're great cars to drive, but they're just not as precise as single seaters, so this is good. So top 10 would be nice, but obviously trying to get as much in the championship as possible, because we need that experience points to get as further up the order as possible. Ooh, and I think I did a quick practice race before I started this, or I did the introductory race, which I didn't think was worth showing. I'd already shown you that, but the introductory race, they've changed the penalty when you go off the track, so it's not as long as it was. So I think it was like 2 seconds before to go off the track, and now it's about 0.5 seconds. So they listened to, I guess they listened to what you guys left in the comments and that sort of stuff, which is really good. And that's quite a short turnaround, 1 month between sort of the videos I uploaded and now in the Let's Play, and actually listening to what we're saying, which is good. So that's very nice of them. A lot of people probably wouldn't listen to the fans, but at the end of the day, the fans are what drives and sells the game. That nearly was quite costly there. Rick Scott from Raven West in the lead, you'd assume that. What we're 10.6 seconds back. And if you see any sort of flickering on the screen, that's probably my fault. I've probably left something open in the background, which sometimes might just interfere with it. So I'm sorry about that, but it really shouldn't be that often. It might just be every 10 minutes or so. But let's just hope it doesn't happen again. Oh, the curb got me a little bit sideways there. I was trying to brake and turn in and obviously try and get the car around the corner without going too fast, and I just slid over onto the curb, which isn't good because it means that you've got less traction on the grippy part, which is obviously the black stuff, the tarmac. So we're catching up to whoever this is, Liquid Molly Man, Wan Roos. But I'm pretty happy that we've got a different series in this, because the fact that it could have been just the same as the preview I had, and if it was that, it might be a bit boring, the Let's Play. But thankfully we have got another option, which is this series, and I think another series which we'll hopefully get onto at some point. So we might have to go back and do that series that we've already done in the preview at some point, but luckily we don't have to do it straight away, which is good. It means that we can have something different straight away. But there we are, that's the start finish line just up here, and 7th isn't terrible. Just get some decent points for us, and should mean that we have a chance of probably getting top 5 in the championship. Just need to do a bit better in the next races. Intel Motorsport 5th place in the standings, but now we've got another Fallout race. Randy S. Marina once again. And I do feel this game is a lot more like something like Toka 3, Toka 2 and Toka 1 obviously. It's just a little bit more like that. It's not... No, in terms of the career mode progression, it's a lot more like the old Race Driver Grid games. No, sorry, not race. The old Race Driver games. Race Driver Toka, I think was their full name. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, the progression is a lot more like that. How you've got like the elements of the season, the series, sorry. So you've got like Formula 3, but then you can also go over there and do Street Series and stuff like that. So you can follow a discipline all the way to the top, and that's the thing I love about this game. When I went to do some preview gameplay recording up at Codemasters, I got to talk to Lee about it, and saying that you can go from the bottom of single seaters all the way to top without doing a single of the, for example, street events or whatever. You can just follow single seaters all the way from the bottom to the top without having to do any other event, which I think is pretty good, because it means that you don't have to mess around with cars that you don't want to race with. And I think that's good, because it means, overall at the end of the day, it means, oh my goodness, what is he playing at? It means that everyone should be able to just play with drive the cars that they want to. They don't want to mess around with you know, hot hatches or whatever in the streets. Some people don't have any interest in that, so that's good. So the teammate stats and everything, just press all the buttons so it stops coming up at the bottom of the screen. But anyway, we're a bit better off than we were in the last race on lap 2, so I think we have a possibility here of getting 5th place in this race. Then I think the next race is that Caterham SP300 or whatever it was, so that would be pretty interesting to see how that handles. And it's not technically a single seater or an open wheel, but it's more like a mini prototype, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. It's nice to have a bit of variety, especially as I've driven these cars so much already. Looks like 2 cars going side by side through here. Oh, is there going to be contact once more? No, there isn't. Wow, this game, I've got to say, is one you're not going to get bored of. I mean, I played that whole preview and I thought, I'm going to get bored of this, surely. I'm doing disciplines I don't particularly care about, but I somehow enjoyed it. I mean, the GT was getting a bit frustrating, but it was more down to my driving style rather than the game. Because I was just going full blast into all these corners and there's no chance I was ever going to get stopped for some of them. So, yeah, it's more down to my driving style, I think, at the end of the day, looking back at them. But, yeah, so if you are new to the series, if I just say it once again, it would be really cool if you can hit subscribe on the channel, or hit subscribe down below at the bottom of the video. It should be a little subscribe button. If you can do that, that'd be great. It'll help me out a lot. We're near 20,000 subscribers, which is something I would have never dreamed of 3 years ago, pretty much 3 years ago now, when I started the channel on the 1st of July 2011. I would never have thought that I'd be anywhere near 20,000 subscribers, so thank you, I really appreciate it. And you know, if you're a fan of the channel already and you want to support this series, leaving a like would be really nice. And I'm going to continue this series, and most likely alongside my MotoGP series and F1 Championship Edition. Those are the 2 series I've got going currently, but this one will definitely be going. If the sport's anything like it was on the preview videos, I'll definitely be continuing this series for a long time. But you know, if you can help out, leaving a like is always appreciated. I just always feel I need to say something about that, just because you may think that 1 like doesn't really mean a lot, but it really does. At the end of the day, it's really nice to see. And I'm thinking about doing some live streams on the PS4. I'm not sure about what games yet. Obviously, this doesn't come out on the PS4, but I've got FIFA on the PS4 and a couple of other games on the PS4, so I could be doing live streams on there over on my Twitch TV page, which is linked down below. But don't worry about that just yet. I'll let you know on my Twitter more about that near the time, but I just thought I'd let you know right now. But yeah, I should hopefully be doing some Twitch live streams at some point. Anyway, I've been rambling on throughout this video, and we've made our way up into 4th place. But it looks like the 2 Raven West cars are still out ahead. We have not managed to close down on them. It was about 7 seconds on lap 2, and now it's 9 seconds. So we're losing a bit of time, but it's not like we're losing 5 seconds a lap. But that's not too bad whatsoever. Coming across the line in 4th place, that might even move us up into top 5 in the championship. I suppose it really just depends where other people finished. 12 points and exactly 5th place in the championship. So, and my teammate's last with no points. Okay then. Well, it looks like we haven't exactly got the best car if my teammate's down there, but I guess maybe it's just a pay driver. Anyway, let's move on to yes, another of the races. Event number 2, or what is happening here? I don't know what exactly is happening. Okay, so we're doing Formula C once again. Maybe it was my mistake. I can't remember exactly what order everything went in. What track was this? I didn't even look. Oh, Mount Tremblant. I recognise that Mount Tremblant. I remember. I should have seen where it's from, but anyway, I recognise the name. So, oh my goodness. It's probably just as well I went wide there, otherwise I'd have been involved in a pile-up. Okay, this is a track I haven't driven before, so forgive me if I make mistakes, but I'm going to try and learn from where the AI are driving. Oh, Jan Woo all over the place there. He nearly spun it into barriers. Just can't seem to find a way past this current time. It looks like Leo Hickey's really trying to pressure me here to try and get an extra position. That was a bit cheeky. I probably could have got a corner cut for that. Tell my teammate to attack. He really needs to get some points in this championship. He's no good down in last or whatever in the championship. So he needs to be getting some points. He's currently in the points, I think. Oh, it looks like we've got a crash. Is that a car? Yeah, I think it was. I think a car barrel rolled there. Wow. Okay, that was my fault. That was 100% my fault. I was not paying attention to where the track was going and pretty much destroyed that guy's race. Not going to worry too much about that though, as we've got a championship to be competitive in, and we can't really be worrying about taking out a back marker at one point. So 11th place at the moment, top 10 probably pretty easily going to be possible. Another person spun it into the barriers there. 10th place now, so that's not great, but we've kept our nose clean pretty much. A little bit of an accident with one of the slower moving cars, but now we've got 3 or 2.5 second gap to Jesus in 9th. Can we catch Jesus? I don't know. Anyway, so Rick Scott once again, Raven West leading the event. I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to catch anyone else here. It's quite a big gap, and there's not that much of a speed difference between us. So it's going to be tough. I'll tell you that. It's not exactly the easiest track to do an overtake because it's quite technical, and there isn't really. See, I nearly outbraked myself once again there. I mean, Tobias. I don't want to pronounce his second name because I know I'll pronounce it wrong. He's not that far behind, and if we make a mistake like that, hey, is he it's our teammate? I wasn't even paying attention. Tobias, our teammate's in 11th now. This might be a 10th place finish then for us here. That's really not exactly been the best of runs. No. This track is a lot more technical, and as I haven't ever driven it before, even though I've done 2 laps already, I'm still missing my braking points, even though I should know the corners now. But what, 6 seconds now to Jesus, so don't think we're going to be catching that in the last lap. But it can serve as good, what am I trying to say, it can be good learning experience, this track, because we'll inevitably come across it once again in the walkthrough somewhere down the line. So just good practice if we know the track. So we're not going to get better than 10th unless someone crashes, but it's going to be good experience. But looks like Tobias right up behind me wanting to get 10th position from me, but considering he hasn't got any points, I don't particularly think the team will be favouring him. And you have got team orders in this. I mean, look, I can tell him to defend and he'll drop right back. Look, he's already dropped car lengths back. Probably best if I set him to defend, otherwise he'll probably end up spitting if he's on full attack mode. That's what happens if you've got like a bad teammate and you put him on like full attack. He'll end up probably like spinning it out or whatever. And I nearly did a very rookie mistake there, nearly just going exactly what I did the last lap, which would have been very embarrassing. So I don't know, was there a second race in this? I'm not too sure, but hopefully if there is, I can do better than 10th in it. 7th. We're 7th in that, were we? Oh, I think 7th afterwards. Anyway, another 3-lap race, which would be good to get some redemption, but we're not going to be doing much good from 16th on the grid. I need to remember to keep, I need to remember to start qualifying. You don't start last every time, you can qualify, but I just always forget to. So yeah, I'll try and do qualifying. How did I know something like that was going to happen? That's happened 2 races in a row now. I think I just took out my teammate. I should have been ready for that, but I really wasn't. I should have had a bit more time as well, as I had a gap, but I was flying through there at much higher speed than them, and I just ended up crashing into the back of them, which now leaves me with a pretty destroyed car and already 10 seconds behind Rick Scott in the lead after one sector. After only 40 seconds, I've already lost 10 seconds. That was, wow, not too good, eh? But now we've got, maybe we can get Leo Hecky and maybe a couple of those guys. So we'll see what we can do. But I think we'll finish with 1 point if we finish here. But we want to get 5th in the championship. That's just going to be an aim, personal aim. I can't remember what the team wanted. Something like, I think they wanted like a top 10 or something, or maybe it was a top 8. But realistically, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get top 5. Well, at least by the end of this event, I definitely won't be in the top 5 in the championship. But if I can just grab a couple of points here, going into the last round, I think it's at a track I know a bit better. I think it's is it the Caterham? I can't remember now. I thought the Caterham was this event. Maybe it wasn't. But we'll see what happens with that. So this was the corner. It's flat out. So why anyone was ever braking it on at lap 1 where it definitely would be flat out, I don't know. But it looks like we're going to gain a couple of positions here. We might even have a better result in this race with a damaged car. But then the problem is the suspension and wheels are ruined. So it's going to be incredibly hard to bridge the gap between whoever's there in 10th position and whoever's in 9th. But 10th probably is on the cards, and getting a top 10 would be good. It means a top 10 in every race so far would be pretty good. But I still got cars to overtake here. Don't want to count chickens before they hatched. Especially it's like Jan Wu here. He's putting up a pretty good solid fight, and looks like whoever's in 10th there really is pulling away now. He's got a good second lead on the car behind him, and about probably a 2-second lead at least on me. 2.5 seconds probably. But now probably about 2 seconds as we got past him, and we can't really take any prisoners here. We have to risk it. The move didn't come off in the end, but we had to risk it for a biscuit. So Tommy King now in P11. Okay, that's embarrassing. I really didn't mean to do that, and I tried to avoid him. I'm not trying to be a reckless racer here, but it's ended up looking like I am. What the? That just frightened the life out of me. That guy just spawned in the middle of the road. I don't know why, but we're up into 10th now and catching up to Jesus. Can we beat Jesus in race 2? Wow, that did sort of frighten the life out of me. I was like, what is that? Is that a glitch? No, it wasn't a glitch. It was a car resetting. That moved us into the top 10. So it was a car in front that has gone off. And it might... it's not Tobias because that's my teammate. He must be in like 15th or something. But wow, that did frighten the life out of me there. But, you know, that's not a glitch. That was a car resetting in front of me that's been off. So, yeah, don't worry about that. That's not a glitch. I definitely would have said if it was a glitch, as I want to be honest with you guys, but yeah, doesn't look like we're going to catch Jesus. The steering damage really hasn't been helping out here. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry about that. My dog just suddenly started barking, so I had to quickly pause the video there. But yeah, I don't think we're particularly going to start catching Jesus here. We've only got what, 2 corners to go, so it's not very likely we're going to get past him unless he makes a mistake through here, unless he spins it off. But top 10 is not terrible. 2 top 10s. Oh wait, did we finish? I think we finished 10th in both those races, didn't we? I don't know. I've even forgot what we was in that first race now already. 3 points. 8th in the championship. Realistically, can we get? We can probably get 5th, but we're going to have a very strong last event here. So that's 2 events out of the 3 done. Interesting. Which one is it? The Sports Prototype Challenge. 1 race, and we're going to have to win this really to get 5th in the championship. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember exactly what the team wanted here, but interesting. Garmin sponsored cars. Everyone's in a Garmin. Which is the button again? So a lot of people wondering about the... Get back in the view I want. About the cockpit. It is slightly blurry still, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening with that. So yeah, I don't know what is happening with that. So if that's supposed to be like that, or whether they're gonna do an update or something, but I have no idea about what's happening with that. If you want any info, just tweet the Grid Twitter or whatever. That they'll get in contact of why it's like that. They've got answers and I don't. So yeah, get in contact with them. But I really have no idea why the cockpit is like that. It's a bit frustrating because I would have liked to have a nice detailed cockpit. Ooh, these cars are pretty. No, already I've damaged my car. I'm really not a stupid driver like this, but I guess you just got to get used to some of the tracks and where you brake, and I guess that was just a bit too late for that corner. I suppose the AI do the same thing in this game. The AI are really good in this game in the way that they do go for moves, they do try and attack you and go past you, so that's good. It's good to see the AI actually fighting with you. And with the difficulty options, it means that you've got a lot of good opportunities to get the difficulty that's right for you. I've got to really try and keep everyone behind me here, but is this everyone's? It doesn't seem that we got teammates here. I don't know if it's just me. It's just like it's sort of like a race of champions, was what I'm thinking it is. Just because everyone's in the same sponsored. Why am I cutting that corner every time? I don't need to. Everyone's in the same car. I can't control what my teammate does, so I'm thinking it's like a race of champions. But I don't know. I'm just guesstimating that. But you can see my teammates, got his name tags and everything there. So I don't know. Rick Scott from Raven West in last. That's what you like to see. But Pau Jimenez is right behind me here. Or Jimenez is probably how you pronounce it. Tommy King in the lead. Actually, this is going to probably be bad for me because it was like, I think it's a reverse grid is what it was, and it's ended up me being in a position which probably means I might be losing even more positions here than gaining. So Aaron O'Sullivan, another Raven West, they've switched about in last place, but it's doing no good for Raven West down right at the bottom of the field. 2 laps to go. Can I catch up 3 seconds? Don't know, we'll see. It's going to be a pretty interesting last couple of laps here because I just want to see where we finished in the standings actually, because this could be good finishing 5th, but then it could also be bad because if you know what I mean, if it was a full reverse grid, the people at the front will be behind me in the championship but will be scoring more points. So this is a confusing race already. Broken steering from the start, which is 100% my fault, so I shouldn't be complaining about that, but it's obviously not helping. Right, so last lap time. Are we going to be able to... I don't think we're going to be able to grab any positions here. They're just so far out in front. Yeah, we're not going to grab any positions. I say that because there's a car spun around and we're going to grab it on the line. That was Tommy King. I think that was someone that was right behind us in the championship. So across the line, it's going to be P4, and that's going to be valuable points. A very fun race actually, not technically open wheels, but it was good. Hi guys, we are back now with the Hockenheim race. Sorry, I had to stop the recording there once again. Not exactly ideal, but guess I've got to do that. I'm recording downstairs, so yeah, sorry if you hear any background noise or anything. Probably my dog just doing something. Oh my goodness, what is happening there? Probably. Oh, I didn't get a penalty for that. Surprised. Overtook a lot of people off the track, but yeah, Hockenheim. a track I do actually really like, but this isn't the full track. This is just a short track, so let's pray to have a good race here. We need to. We've had a bit of a disaster in all reality the last couple of races, so trying to outbrake him there, which a bit cheeky there, sticking the nose up the inside. Probably didn't really deserve to get the overtake done there, but I'm not going to fuss about it. I'm just going to try and get on with the job and get up the order. I need to be fighting for a podium in this one to get back on track with my pretty up and down season so far. I think I was just slightly holding the brake through there, which wasn't too clever. Actually, have I? No. Has it got auto brake on? Because it sometimes feels like it does. Am I being stupid, or can I see? It just sort of feels like it's holding back through some of the corners. I don't know. It felt like it had an auto brake on, but it obviously doesn't. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it's just very sensitive, the controller, and slightly touching the thing makes the brake slam on. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, but obviously you rest your finger over the other trigger so you get ready to brake when you get to a corner. So lap 2, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that's pretty decent through turn 1, a little bit wide, but not going to lose sleep over that. So I'm not really sure what that last event was, whether it was just like, as I said in the video, I'm not sure whether it was really like a test event or just a Race of Champions event. I don't know what it was. I hadn't come across it in the preview build, so yeah, interesting. I don't know what it is, but I haven't got my headphones on because I accidentally put the gameplay way too loud, so I wasn't really listening to what they were saying about it. So not entirely the best thing to be doing, but anyway, we're back to racing in Formula 3 here. So it's going to be tough here. I'll tell you what, because they're not particularly losing that much time. I can see certain parts of the track where I am gaining, but that is certainly a part of the track where I'm not doing well. Just go back to the inside. Maybe solidate something like 8th in the championship. It's not exactly where I want to be, but it's better than being like 16th teammate. Anyway, this is going to be quite a long video, so I'm sorry about that. It might even end up being over the 40-minute mark, so I don't know. Not really, my videos aren't really ever that long, but for a Let's Play I thought I can't be just splitting it up into a million parts. You know, I could, if I really wanted to, I could probably split this video up into about 10 parts. Probably split it up into about 4 parts, about 10 minutes each, but it's the first episode. I won't do that right now. Maybe as we get further on into the walkthrough I might have to do that if I feel like I haven't got enough time to be recording 40-minute episodes all the time, but at the moment, at least for the first episodes, we'll do this. And if you are feeling it's a bit of a long episode and you want to come back to it, you can either add it to a playlist or favourite it or something like that, so you can come back to it at a later point. That means that, you know, even though it is a long video, you can come back to it and it should autoplay from the bit where you've left off. So say you're 37 minutes and, well, I suppose that doesn't make any sense. If you're 26 minutes into the video, I should stop explaining this, I've just lost another place. 26 minutes into the video, then you stop watching it. When you come back, it should start from the 26-minute mark that you left off. So should we be aggressive? I don't even think we're being aggressive will help here. Nah, that was just a mistake on my part, trying to push a bit harder than we really could do and trying to go into the corner a bit better than we could, and I ended up in the gravel, so that wasn't smart. 9th place, 7th place in the championship, probably going to end up there. I think I said Aaron O'Sullivan was in Ravenwest in that last race, so I'm sorry about that if I did. Well, though, Ravenwest have a big lead in the constructors. I think they've won every race, haven't they? I haven't really been paying much attention to who's winning each race, more just about where we're finishing the races. But overall, guys, I hope you really have enjoyed this first episode. If you've made it to this point, I've never done a first episode of a Let's Play that's 40 minutes, I don't think. Why do they have to crash every freaking time? Bunch of amateurs. And now my car's probably slightly going to the left. But I just couldn't avoid that unless I did what I did in the first race. But I honestly was thinking they're not going to crash. But somehow, everyone from 10th to 16th got involved in that. Oh my goodness. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. And now we're probably going to end up 7th in the championship because of that. Suppose though it is a first season, you got to learn from the mistakes that you make, and a couple of big mistakes I've made, getting involved in some first lap accidents, definitely some of the big mistakes I made. Other mistakes, maybe not capitalising on all the opportunities that I had to get a lot of points, but it's the first season, I'm in one of the worst teams, so the setup really isn't that great, but from the first season, take the positives and move on, as they say. Should have some more Grid Autosport videos for you later today. I'll probably end up having a crash compilation, I think is probably something I'd like to do, but I'm not too sure. I might end up doing a review as well, but they're probably the two videos I'll probably do. Maybe some Indy car gameplay. As my dog is in the background drinking some water, so I hope you like that sound effect. Anyway, that's why I don't really ever want to record downstairs. I mean, at the moment this is where I've got my new Chill Blast PC, which I want to be doing a review of soon, but it's a bit annoying having to record downstairs because at the moment I have to switch around the computers, which won't be easy. So at the moment I'm just recording downstairs, so I said any background noise I'm sorry about, but there's nothing I can really do about it at the moment. Looks like we might have an opportunity. Looks like the car's gone a bit off the track a bit up here. Come on, Tobias Frischkopf or whatever, you absolutely suck. Why have I got you as a teammate? You're terrible. Just want to get into the top 10 here. Maybe get 9th, I don't know. Really. See what I mean there? It doesn't slow you down for 2 seconds now, so that is a massive plus point so far that I've found. Just so much better. The 2 second thing just absolutely destroyed your race, especially if some of the AI just crashed into the back of you. That was so annoying, but thankfully they listened to what we all said, which I'm very happy about. Codemaster's always great with that stuff, listening to the fans, and they always do try their best. It might seem from the outside, but they get so many different opinions, and it's really hard to make sure that they pick the right opinions. So they brought back cockpit cam. I'm not sure how it's going to go down, especially because we haven't really got a chance to catch him. So I'll show you the cockpit. I'll try and stay in the cockpit, but that's the cockpit view. Not particularly the most realistic in the world. I only say that because it's a bit blurry, a bit like the Gran Turismo. What they did, they blacked out the cockpit. I mean, you can still see the gloves here, but you know what I mean. It's still like really pixelated. I don't know whether it's done on purpose to try to sort of get that sense of, you know, racing. You know, in real life you're focusing on the track head, aren't you? You're not focusing on the steering wheel. So I'm not sure whether it's trying to do that. It's trying to make you feel like that, but I just sort of feeling that they maybe run out of memory space. I don't know. I really don't know. That's something else you have to let them know about if you want to ask them questions. Something I have no clue about why it's like this. But anyway, so a very weird video with many interruptions from dog and people walking around and that sort of stuff. But hopefully you did enjoy the video. Finished 11th in the end, and I feel that that's probably not good enough, is it? 8th in the championship, considering my team only got 2 points. I think I can be pretty happy with that. And 6th in the standings. I don't know. Not much I can really say is great about that, but there we are. Good stuff. I enjoyed that. 8th in that, and then 4th in the Garmin Sports prototype thingy. And career progress looks like we're going to have to do another open wheel thing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. In the next episode, we'll do more. But yeah, it's been a long video. I think it's been nearly 40 minutes. So thanks to everyone that's tuned in. I really appreciate it. If you haven't liked the video and you've got to this point, I really would appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you are new, that would be really amazing as well. I'm so thankful to everyone that subscribes. It really does help me out and keep the motivation to keep doing YouTube. So thank you guys. I appreciate it massively. I'll see you tomorrow for more Grid Autosport career mode. But until then, Spnax, I'm out of here. Goodbye.